Okay, this is take number 7514 of chapter 7.3, Multiplying Polynomials. The first part of this is going to be a quick review of multiplying monomials, or in this case, just if we were going to multiply two of the same variable, we would do what to them? We would add the exponents. For example, and please feel free to just go ahead and fill out the blanks on this page if you don't need my help, and just sit there and smile as I confirm your greatness with the right answer. But if you need a little help, just go with me. We got b cubed times b to the fifth. Since the bases are the same, we just add the exponents, and we get b to the eighth. We got g to the fourth times g to the sixth. And since the bases are the same, we just add the exponents, and we've got g to the 10th. And here we've got the same basis on an x cubed and an x squared. We add the exponents, and we get x to the 5th. I found out on trial number 715 that I can write with this, so I can put a little invisible 1 there, because if nothing else is there, there's an invisible 1 which will come up on the slide, just like there's an invisible 1 in front of each one of those x's. So if you don't see an exponent, then the exponent is actually 1, and this is 1x to the first times 1x to the 12th, and 1 times 1 is 1, and x to the first times x to the 12th is x to the 1 plus 12, which is x to the 13th. And one more quick practice thing. You should probably turn off the video and try to fill these out by yourself. And when you turn it back on, I'll go through it really quick and see how you did. So turn it off. Now, assuming you turned it off, we're back. And if you didn't, you can just do this with me, or copy it down. Maybe not do so well on a test, but I'm feeling negative. Let's hope that you did the perfect thing. 6 times 5 is 30. C to the 5th, d squared. And 6 times 5 is 30 again. But we got to add the exponents on the c, and we add the exponents on the d, and you should have 30c7 d7. And I hope you remembered that when you're multiplying a monomial times a binomial, you have to distribute, as you have been distributing ever since like the 4th grade. And if you do all that, and I get my microphone back, you have 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30, and the variables stay the same. This one, we're multiplying a 6c times a c. These are both to the first power. I add the exponents. I get 6c squared times 30, c to the first, c to the 5th, 1 plus 5 is 6, 30c6 d2. And this last one, you got a 2 and a 1, so you add those. So we've got 6c cubed d5. And then we distribute from here to here, and you've got 30. 6 times 5 is 30, and c to the 7, d to the 7. And if there's any of these that you did not get right, put a circle it or star it and bring it to class so we can make sure that you understand it 100%. So that was multiplying a monomial times a monomial, or a monomial times a binomial. Now we're going to multiply two polynomials. It doesn't have to be a monomial this time. And there are two methods, and the first method has been going on forever, and it's called FOIL. And the other method has been taught a little more recently, and is called the box method. They're both just a fancy way of doing something like distributing, which we'll talk about, but they're formal, and since multiplying two polynomials is slightly complicated, if you don't organize, they help a lot. So, the FOIL method is only used when you multiply two binomials. You can't do a trinomial times a trinomial with FOIL. It's only for a 2 by 2. FOIL is an acronym, and that tells you which terms to multiply. Now our example, we're going to use the FOIL method to multiply the following binomials, this binomial and that binomial. So F from FOIL tells you to multiply the first terms of each binomial. This is the first term of that binomial, this is the first term of that binomial. Y times y is y squared. O tells you to multiply the outer terms of each binomial. And this is the left outer term of this binomial, and this is the right outer term of this binomial. So we multiply 7 times y, and we get 7y. We have to keep the y squared from the f, and the O gave us that. And then we go to I, which tells us to multiply the inside terms, or inner. So 3 times y is 3y. So we still keep the y squared from before and the 7y from before, and we add a 3y. And our last letter, L, tells you to multiply the last terms of each binomial. This is the last term, this is the last term. 3 times 7 is 21. We had a y squared, we had a 7y, we had a 3y, and we've got a 21 now. So I write all this down. You're not done, because in math you absolutely are not finished till you've combined like terms. And you can see we have a term with a y and a term with a y, so you have to put them together. It's like having kittens. I got 7 kittens, I got 3 kittens. I'm not done till I have 10 kittens. So your final answer, after you combine like terms, is y squared plus 10y plus 21. That is the trinomial, which is the solution to the question, what happens when you multiply this binomial times this binomial? So, feel free to fill out the blanks while I'm talking, but remember, FOIL, F-O-I-L, reminds you to multiply the first term, outer terms, some people say outside, inner terms, some people say inside, and last terms. FOIL. The second method we're going to look at is the box method. You can use box method to multiply any polynomials. Remember I said before, FOIL only works for a 2 by 2. You can box a 2 by 3, a 2 by 12, a 7 by 5. Size does not matter, just the amount of time you're willing to dedicate doing it. In this example, we're going to multiply a binomial times a binomial. And I'm going to use my mad PowerPoint skills to do box method and FOIL method at the same time, so you can follow along using whichever one you like better. If you think you might like the FOIL method, you'll be working over here. If you think you might like the box method, you'll be working over here. I am missing a line. I will get over it. So for the box, you have to set up like boxes. Since this is a 2 by 2, 2 times 2 is 4, we will need 4 boxes, but more importantly, we'll need 2 on the top and 2 on the left side. So the 2 on the top, it doesn't matter if I put this on the top, or this on the top, or this on the side, or that on the side. It'll come out with the same answer, but in this case I've decided to put the 3x and the negative 5 on the top, and the 5x and the positive 2 on the side. So that's how the setup goes. You put like 1 on top and 1 and down as a column. Now, you may notice that the 3x and the 5x are my first terms. That would be just as if I went like that. First terms, F. And for the box, it's the term on top of it and the term to the left of it. And you multiply them and put the product in this box. So we've got 3 times 5 is 15, and x to the first times x to the first. I add the exponents and get 15x squared. I then am going to multiply this one times that one, because this is to the top of it and this is to the left of it. They also happen to be my outer terms, the 3x and the 2. If I multiply 3x times 2, I'll get 6x. And I will then go to, I've still got 2 empty boxes I have to fill out. I've got this one and this one. This is to the top and this is to the left. So I'll do negative 5 times 5x, which happens to be my inner terms. There's my negative 5, there's my 5x. Negative 5 times 5x is negative 25x. And then I will do this box times that box, and I will get my last terms. As you can see, the negative 5 times the positive 2 will give me a negative times a positive is a negative 10. Am I done? No, of course not. I must still combine like terms. If you have a nice highlighter, you can make it all colorful, or you can just circle. But you'll see that this is an x and this is an x, or if you are foiling, you will see that this is an x and this is an x. In either case, they're not done until they're combined. So I get a negative 19x from those, and my answer is going to be the 15x squared minus 19x minus 10. And you put it in standard form, descending order. X squared, x to the first, x to the 0. So, you can use box or you can use FOIL. It does not matter. Use the one that works best for you. Just get the right answer. That's really all that matters. I think I set this one up so you can do it for yourself, or you can try if you like, or not. If you want to turn off the video and give it a shot, that's awesome. If you want to follow along with me, I'll just do it very quickly. So if you're turning it off, see ya. And now you're back. Okay, this one times this one, which is going to be my first terms, and that's going to be 7p times 3p, which will give me 21p to the first p to the first p squared. And then I'm going to do 7p times negative 4, which is going to be my outside term. 7p times negative 4 is going to give me negative 28p. And then I'm going to do negative 2 times 3p. Negative 2 times 3p, which is going to be my inner terms. And that will be negative 6p. And then I'm going to do negative 2 times negative 4, which is going to be my last terms. And I got a negative times negative is a positive, 2 times 4 is 8. For goodness sake, don't think you have to do them both. Just I was being fancy, do whichever one you like better. Are we done? Of course not. I still have to combine like terms. Using my fancy highlighter, I notice I have a negative 6p and a negative 28p, which will give me a negative 34p, thus making my answer 21p squared minus 34p plus 8, which is the trinomial answer to the question, what happens when you multiply 7p minus 2 times 3p minus 4? So, the last thing we're going to do before I set you loose with some practice is a 2 by 3. And like I told you, you can't do this with FOIL. You could do it by distributing, which means you do this times this, this times this, this times this, and you do this times this, this times this, this times this, and then you add all your like terms. But box just makes that a little more formal. So here's the setup, and again, turn off the video and try it yourself. You know, nothing wrong with trying. And if it works, awesome. So, bye. And hello. So, we're going to do this times that, and we're going to get, there's an invisible 1 there, so we've got a 2x cubed. I also put the distribution marks if you wanted to try that. And we're going to have a negative 5 times 2, which is this times this. We're going to have a negative 10x squared, because x to the first times x to the first is x squared. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And then I'm going to do my 2x times my 4, or this box times that box, which is positive 8x. Then I'm going to do x squared times negative 5, which is going to give me negative 5x squared. Negative 5x times negative 5, which is going to give me 25x, and positive 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Are we done yet? No, of course not. We have to combine like terms. I have to go to the next slide. You do not. You can do it on your page. It's just one chart you can fill out. So we're going to combine any like terms. Circle your like terms. Do it. And I've got these two are like terms, x squared and x squared, and these two are like terms, they're x's, so I combine them. I've got negative 15x squared and positive 33x. So my final answer is going to be 2x cubed minus 15x squared plus 33x minus 20. And that's some serious multiplying there. This is for you to practice. If do the best you can, and if you can get it done perfect, awesome, and bring it to class and have a great weekend. Or if it's Sunday night and you're doing this at the last possible moment, or Monday night, then have a great day. Bye.